Now that we have 2 Pokemon Legends games officially out now, those 2 games have used 6 starter Pokemon. Now the 3rd Pokemon Legends game, which we may or may not already know exactly where it's going to take place, the current rumor is that it's taking place in the Galar regions. Pokemon Legends Galar. But what will the starter Pokemon for this specific game actually be? What would make the most sense is probably Snivy, Litten, and Popplio, just because that's the remaining Gen 5 starter Pokemon that hasn't been in a Legends game. And then the other 2 Gen 7 starters that have also not been in a Legends game. But right now in the comments, let me know, what do you think that the starter Pokemon will be for Pokemon Legends Galar? Turtwig, Mudkip, and Fuecoco. That would be sick. Let's see the responses. Beat me to it. That would be sick. I think those are some great choices right there, honestly. Snivy, Litten, and Snubbull. Bruh. Dude, if Snivy is not one of the starter Pokemon, I will be upset. I will be mad if we don't get Snivy at least. I would totally pick Snivy in a heartbeat if this was the 3, if this was the group, the trio, the boys. I'm fully in for this. I would sub Sobble because I don't like Inteleon that much, but yeah, that's fair, that's fair. Snivy, Litten, Popplio, that would be sick. That would be 2 Gen 7 starters, which, hey, it's all on the table because we had 2 Gen 2 starters for this Legends game, for Legends ZA. So it's totally possible. Hey, we could get 2 more starters from one more region, right? Fennekin, Mudkip, and Snivy. That would be cool. I don't think they would use Fennekin again, but I could totally see them using Mudkip and Snivy. Definitely Snivy because that's the remaining Gen 5 starter Pokemon that hasn't been in a Legends game. So I think Snivy is going to be in it. I really, really hope. Oh yeah, and if it is taking place in Gen 8 or, you know, Galar, we probably wouldn't have the Galar starters as the starters, right? Who knows? We don't know anything anymore because stuff changes all the time. So Turtwig, Litten, and Mudkip, that would be sick. I love Turtwig. I think Turtwig is probably one of the most, like, forgotten about starters in a way. I don't know. I feel like Turtwig just doesn't get enough love. We got another Turtwig. Dude, okay, maybe I'm wrong. We're getting a lot of Turtwigs in this response. Fuecoco and Froakie. Okay. I wonder if they would do the Gen 6 starters because technically we do have them in ZA, but they're not the starters. So will we get the Gen 6 starters potentially in any other Pokemon Legends game? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Bulbasaur, Litten, and Mudkip. I cannot believe they haven't given us a Gen 1 Pokemon yet in any Legends games. That's crazy, especially coming from, like, you know, Pokemon Game Freak Nintendo. We know that they love Gen 1. Can't believe they haven't been in a game. That's crazy. Snivy, Torchic, and Popplio. Okay. Torchic, Froakie, and Turtwig. Bro, more Turtwig love because they could potentially have regional forms that fire electric, water ghost, grass fairy, or something like that. Realistically, we might get Snivy, Litten, and Popplio. Yeah, it probably will be Snivy, and then what do you guys think? I don't know. It's got to be at least Snivy for sure for the grass type, right? We have Sceptile, Greninja, and Charizard, or I guess Charmander. That would be crazy. Meowscarada and Fernape and Primarina. That would be sick. So I guess technically Popplio, right? And then oh, I'm drawing a blank. Chimchar. There we go. That would be cool, actually. I actually like that idea. Piplup, Snivy, and Litten. Wow, we're getting a lot of Litten, too. Litten, Snivy, and Turtwig seems to be kind of like the most talked about, like the most. We got Sprigatito, Fennekin, and Popplio. Anything with Snivy, I'm desperate for another game with my goat. Dude, just saying. We need Snivy. One of my favorite starters. Look, guys, I almost knocked Mega Blastoise. Look, I got a little Snivy figure right here that I got from something back in the day. I think it was a card set for Gen 5, one of those tins. I think that's where I got this from. Snivy, Litten, and Piplup. Dude, crazy how many people are saying that. Snivy, Litten, Quaxly. I wonder if a Gen 9 starter will make their way in there. Chespin, Chimchar, and Mudkip. Does it look weird that I'm looking here, guys? Should I look over here? Because does it look like I'm like cross-eyed? Because my camera is here, but my screen is right here. But I also have my other screen. We have Snivy, Litten, and Popplio. Dude, again, Arceus had a Rowlet, Cyndaquil, and Oshawott. And ZA, we got 2 other Johto starters to finish the Johto trio. And 1 Unova that we have 1 more left for Unova. Going with the formula, there should be 2 Alola starters, 1 Unova starter to finish off the other 2 trios. That's true. That's a good point. That is totally the most logical thing for it to happen. That doesn't make sense. Chimchar, Mudkip, Rowlet. So they probably wouldn't use Rowlet because they use them for Arceus, but Torchic, Groupie, and Mudkip. We got Trico, Sobble, and Litten. Snivy needs some love. 100. Dude, Snivy does need some love. I think Snivy is also one of those forgotten about Pokemon. Litten, and then Sobble. Snivy, Fennekin, and Popplio. We got more Cyndaquil. Oh, no, they probably wouldn't use Cyndaquil because or Oshawott, because we already had this for Arceus. But Snivy, once again, seems like most people want Snivy. That's what I'm saying, bro, is like, give us Snivy. Snivy, Torchic, Piplup. Piplup would be awesome. Piplup is definitely one of my favorite water starters. May potentially be my favorite water starter. Let me know, what is your favorite water starter? I think like Empoleon is just so sick. I'm like, Piplup to me is so nostalgic. Mudkip, Torchic, Sprigatito. We got Snivy, Mudkip. It seems I've got a lot of Mudkip. Well, Snivy, Litten, and Squirtle. Yeah, that'd be sick to have Squirtle in there. Turtwig, Fennekin, and Mudkip. Trico, Piplup, Litten. This is, my brain is going crazy reading all these names. Has anyone ever read every single starter this many times in a row? Probably, but it's still insane. It'd be funny if they did Litten, Popplio, and Snivy. I mean, it might happen. That might actually be like the way to go. Makes kind of a lot of sense, especially since it's not the Gen 8 starters. It's not the ZA starters, obviously. It's not the Arceus starters, of course. Not Gen 6 starters. That could potentially be the route that they're going to go down. Trico, Fennekin, and Squirtle. I think Nintendo likes Trico a lot, right? Snivy and Chimchar. I'm glad to see some Chimchar love going on because people don't talk about Chimchar enough anymore. To complete the Gen 5, 2, and 7 starters, Snivy, Fennekin, and Piplup. That would be pretty cool. I don't know if they would go with a Gen 6 starter though, but maybe. Since it's going to be a Legends Galar game, I want to see Gigantamax. I can never pronounce this guy. Quaquaval, Infernape, and Sceptile. That would be pretty sick. Yeah, that would be dope, actually. We will get Gigantamax forms probably, right? I mean, I think the game was supposed to be set in the ancient past, so like 1,000 years or something in the past, I think was what the leaks were saying. So the combinations are endless. I mean, shoot, they really are endless. We got another Gen 9 starter here, another Gen 9 starter. Okay, Popplio and Bulbasaur, that'd be dope. I don't care as long as Snivy's there. Hey, bro, people love Snivy, I guess. Fennekin, Snivy, Piplup, that'd be sick. Snivy, Litten, Popplio, yeah. Seems like a lot of people want us to complete the Gen 5 and then Gen 7. Turtwig, Fennekin, and Popplio for Gigantamax Legends game. Turtwig, Torchic, and Froakie or Popplio. Yeah, that'd be dope, man. Froakie, Snivy, and I almost said Fuecoco. If we're gonna see Galar, probably Charmander, Dragon, Snivy, Princess, and Piplup the Knight. Ah, that's cool. I like the way this person broke that down. Squirtle, Chimchar, and Snivy. Trico, Sobble, Chimchar. Dang, there's a lot of Chimchars here, actually. As long as Popplio is the water starter. Hey, okay, that'd be sick. Most likely will be Snivy, Popplio, and yeah, it probably will. Pidgey, Aurorus, and these are not starters. These are just regular Pokemon. Could you guys imagine, though, if we got a Legends game with starter Pokemon that aren't starters? That would be kind of hilarious, actually. I would love that. That would be so sick. Torchic, Sobble, and Snivy. These are not starters either. Wooloo, Mareep, and Ponyta. I mean, that would be cool. I like it. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you on that. I think that would be awesome. Snivy, Mudkip, and Torchic. Eternamax, Eternatus, or Ultra Necro. Yeah, okay. That would be a crazy starter. Could you guys imagine you start off Legends Galar with just an OP Pokemon? Now, that would be crazy. Snivy, Litten, and Piplup. We got Froakie, Bulbasaur, and Scorbunny. Okay, that's a nice little trio. Popplio, Quaxly, and Froakie. Well, I mean, there's 2 water types, so that... Wait, those are 3 water types. 3 water... What's going on? We were going on the whole list of, like, you know, normal stuff. Now we're going with these Gigantamax, Eternatus. We're going with random Pokemon. We got 3 water types for the starters. We got Fennekin, Snivy, and Popplio. Pikachu, Eevee, and... What is happening? This is crazy. I mean, Pikachu and Eevee are technically starters, right? Because of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. And I guess technically, in a way, Ditto would be as well because he could just copy any form or forms, right? The Legends game that I would want would be Sun and Moon. And as for the starters, I would choose Scorbunny, Turtwig, and Squirtle. Okay, there we go. Snivy, Popplio, I can't even talk anymore. Chimchar, Piplup, Snivy, and Fennekin. We got Fanchoice, Chespin, Fuecoco, and Mudkip. Most likely Snivy, Litten, and Popplio. Yeah, probably most likely it's going to be Snivy, Litten, and Popplio. It's going to be crazy. Knowing Game Freak, they're just going to give us a curveball, though. I was about to say it's got to be Snivy, Litten, without a doubt. Most of the comments agree, but my third would be Piplup, Mudkip, or Sobble. Yeah, they do get a lot of love. I would like Piplup. That'd be sick. Or Mudkip, too. Grookey, Fuecoco, Mudkip. That'd be sick. Besides Feraligatr, I like Superior and Primarina. Nice. I like those picks. Snivy, Scorbunny, and Popplio. Okay. Sinnoh, Alola, and Hoenn starters. Alrighty. That's cool, actually. Okay. This person gave a full answer of, like, all the different regions. I think that's pretty cool. Turtwig, Sobble, and Roggenrola. I know it isn't a starter, but oh my gosh, come on. Grookey, Chimchar, we got Mudkip, I am torn. I want new Chimchar, but I would hate for Infernape to never get a Mega now that he missed his... Dude, Mega Infernape would be crazy. Mega Infernape would just be fire, bro. Literally, fire. Not even... No pun intended right there. 2 water starters, but it's okay. It's okay. Snivy, Litten, and Popplio. It's a Legends Galar. Change my answer. Turtwig, Charmander, and Piplup. Next Legends game is Galar, so Snivy, Litten, Popplio. Yeah. Seems like the most popular answer is like Snivy, Litten, Popplio, and then, lot of Chimchars, a lot of Turtwigs in here, which is, it's actually really nice to see. We have, where do we leave? I think we left off here. Litten, Turtwig, and Mudkip. Okay. Snivy, Quaxly, Terra wasn't a different form, and Charmander, because the community is at its funniest when they're mad about Charizard. That's true. People absolutely hate when Charizard gets love, which I like when other Pokemon do get some love, but I'm a huge fan from Brazil. Oh, that's so awesome. I love when people like say what country they're from. Thank you so much for the support, bro. Snivy, Litten, and Popplio. Yeah, these 3 might get Gigantamax form and fully evolved. True. Would love to see Legends Eternatus Terrapagos for the story behind those 2 Pokemon and the war between Paldea and Galar. Dude, that would be dope. That'd be cool. Okay, I see it. I see it. Grookey, Chimchar, Mudkip. 2 monkeys, but I'm here for it. Bro, is there's not a monkey water starter, is there? There's not, right? My memory is terrible. Let me tell you guys what, my memory is awful. So sometimes I don't remember these things. Could you guys imagine we had 3 monkey Pokemon for the starters? That'd be so sick. Got Turtwig, Fuecoco, Popplio. Yeah, the Sinnoh starters, that would be a wild twist. That has 8 likes, which is kind of crazy. That's actually insane. Piplup, Snivy, and Litten. And then we have Turtwig, Cinderace, and Popplio. Could you imagine if they started off like giving us a starter Pokemon with just like a middle, like the mid-stage evolution or something like that, or like the 3rd stage? That'd be kind of hilarious. Thankfully, I'd like to see starter choices change to use common Pokemon that can be found throughout the region. That would be cool. I mean, here's the thing. They could totally do that in a future game. Like in a future Pokemon game that's like not even like a Legends game. They could totally even do that. Like, why the heck not? Shoot, if you guys have any 3 random Pokemon that you just want to be starters, let me know. Fundores, I want a game where you could choose your favorite Pokemon, like Rockruff for me, Pichu for you, evolve it up to Raichu. That'd be dope. Hey, props for remembering my favorite Pokemon is Raichu. Definitely Snivy. Care about the other 2, I just want Litten. It's meant to be for Galar, then probably Piplup. Litten, Chespin. All 3 becomes Ites. What is wrong? I can't even talk. All 3 become Knights, armored. Then the other Litten, Incineroar, because it looks cool as a sword. That would be cool. Yeah, these would be cool Gigantamax forms. I would love that. That'd be dope. Especially, you know, Flygon, bro. We need some love for Flygon at Scorbunny, Piplup, and Trico. That'd be sick. Snivy, as long as the Unova starter. Wait, Snivy, Lynn, and Teleon. I can see a Sinnoh starter being used considering they got skipped over. Whatever it is, it better be in the Unova region. Has to be Snivy, Litten, and Popplio. There's no way it isn't. Yeah, unless we're in Hoenn or Alola, Superior isn't getting an alt form in its own region, so they're out of question. Likely to return to Unova. Yeah, what's crazy is the league's saying that we're probably not going to go back to Unova for a while. It could be another like 6-7 years. No pun intended. Not doing that on purpose, but could be a while until we go to the Unova region again. Legends Rainbow region, Johto, Sceptile, Samurott, and Infernape. That would be dope. Torchic, Fennekin, Trico, Sprigatito, Popplio, or Squirtle. Okay, nice. W. Snivy, Litten, Popplio. Yeah, okay. Another Snivy, Litten, Popplio. There's never any types. It's always water, fire, and grass starters. That's so boring. One day they're gonna break the chain. Maybe Gen 10. Maybe Gen 10 is the game that they're gonna break that chain with water, fire, grass. But I mean, at the same time, like that's just how Pokemon games go. Yeah, Snivy, Litten, Popplio, or Quaxly. I think not a starter. We got another Legends game, not Gen 6. Since they got a special form, that's true. Not likely Galar starter. Yes. See, the thing is, with this next Legends game, we can really pin it down to very specific amount of Pokemon, right? Which is cool. I mean, we could definitely guess. We could play the guessing game all we want, and we probably will be right. The fans are probably going to be correct on this one, but we'll see. They always do a twist. I'm going to say Sprigatito, Torchic, and Popplio. That would be cool. Snivy, Chimchar, and Popplio. Electivire, Murkrow, and Ursaluna. If it's honestly in Galar, I don't care. The Gigantamax gimmick is my least favorite. Ooh, what is your least favorite gimmick? This might be a little controversial. Mine is probably Terrestrialization. The newest one is probably my least favorite gimmick, but they need to do Pokemon Crystal in the style of Legends. Hands down the best Pokemon game of all time. That would be sick. Froakie, Squirtle, Mudkip. As long as it's a Legends game based in Alola, we're cool. Looks like it's probably gonna be Galar, but they could always switch it up. But Litten, Snivy, Piplup, Popplio, that I don't really get. That's funny. What is hello? What is up? What's going on with my brain today? What is happening with my brain? I keep stuttering like crazy. Doesn't matter. It'll just be another low effort. Okay. Chimchar, Trico, and Froakie or Quaxley. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you're confused about what this was, I put a community tab post up where I asked you guys, like, what do you want to see for the Legends starters for the next Legends game, which is Legends Galar. At least according to the leaks, it will be Legends Galar, which is absolutely insane. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I want to do more stuff like this because it's like fun to interact with you guys. I'm thinking about doing a Generation 10 post next, like maybe asking you guys like what you want to see for the starter Pokemon, like what your original designs or like ideas could be. And if you are a real one watching this far in the video, comment down below turkey. We are now in November, so turkey is a fitting word for the month. Anyways, hope you guys have a great day. Make sure you have a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notifications. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Someone